going on, everybody? Welcome to another scary ass Saturday live show. I hope everybody's doing good. Let's get to the comments here. We'll get started here in a little bit, just getting a few more people in here. Hi, Bonbon. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it Bonbon? Alrighty. Hi, Renee. Hi, Judy. I'm doing good. How are you? Hi, Patricia. Hi, Brookie from Florida. Shout out to Florida. Hi, Kristen. Let's see here. How's it going, Addie? Hi, Melissa. Australia, Connecticut. It's always nice to see everybody from everywhere. Trisha from North Carolina. Lots of love from North Carolina. Lots of love back to North Carolina. Connecticut. Right back at you to Connecticut. Melissa from Australia. I am not drinking alcohol. I am drinking coffee to stay awake for this live show. Oklahoma. Bonbon from Oklahoma. Can I please, let's read this. Renee's got a question here. Can you please tell me your opinion about certain people finding 50,000 randonauting? I am so discouraged seeing such ridiculousness from people I like. Okay. Well, Shadow Hunters from Illinois. Antonio from Melbourne, Australia. We got two from Australia right now. All right. Well, Renee, I'm going to put your question back up there so everybody can see it. I'm going to be blunt, like I always am. Live Paranormal with V. Hey, V, how's it going? Thanks for joining us tonight. As when it comes to Randonautica, when they find these creepy things, when they find 50K, when they say that they're being stalked, even Randonautica themselves had tweeted out and had posted out that all those videos are faked. It's just an adventure video or an adventure app. That's all it is. You just go out and have an adventure. These people who are faking these videos, they're doing it for views. I'm not saying any one particular person is faking it versus any others, but I will say that you could even check Randonautica themselves. They've been asked questions like people who are fans of Jody Dean, hey, what's up with all the, people stalking Jody? That's not safe. Why would your app allow that to happen? And their response is simple. It's all fake. All those videos on YouTube are fake. And they even call out YouTubers too. I'm not saying any one particular person is faking. I'm not even saying Jody Dean's faking it. Maybe he does have a stalker and he just thinks it's linking up with the Randonautica app. I don't know. But I will say that most of all those videos of them finding creepy things, either it's just a coincidence, which most of the time it is, or it's just well, let's just be honest here. It's fake. So you know, I mean, that's why I don't do any more randonauting. I did it twice. One time we went out there, we tried it out. We went several different places. And then one time I recorded and went several different places and didn't get nothing. And then one time I showed everybody how to set it up, and we set up a crime scene and everything like that. And so, you know, if you guys want to see that video, go check it out. It's on there. It's the Randonautica. Randonautica took us to a crime scene. It's on our channel. So, but at the end of the video, I explained how we set it all up and everything. And let's see, Renee, you said trying to start my own channel just for fun, but I refuse to put such out for views. You know, and you're struggling to get started. It's always going to be hard to get started on YouTube. You know, I had a lot of people supporting me along the way, and you know, I started 11 months ago, and I'm over 3,000 subscribers. And some people have been out on YouTube for a few years, and they're still under 1,000 subscribers. But hi, Teresa. But it can take a while to get started on YouTube. If you're doing it, that's what most YouTubers tell anybody. And if I have any advice for anybody, if you're going to do YouTube, you do it just for fun. And that's it. You don't do it for money. You don't do it for fame. You don't do it for anything else. You do it for fun because you love it, because you enjoy it. I don't want to see a bunch of people coming out on YouTube and thinking that they're going to get rich off of it. It doesn't work that way. But if you're in it for fun, Renee, then you're on spot. Make some videos, do it for fun, and put out what you enjoy doing. And you'll find someone along the way that enjoys the same thing that you enjoy. And over time, you'll learn how to add music with your videos. You'll learn how to, you know, do multiple scenes and everything like that. And you'll get it going. It will come in time, but it's always a struggle to get started. So don't get frustrated or anything. But if you enjoy doing it, then just keep doing it. One thing I wanted to clear up real quick. I think some people are getting me confused with I don't know how, but a little bit of Southern Spirit. What's up, little bit? I'm just getting to where I can start my videos. There you go. You know, start your videos, and eventually people will. There's people out there that like the same thing you do. You know, it's kind of like when you go out and you meet somebody, and you're trying to get a relationship with somebody. You got to find that one person. You know, that one person that's got everything in common with you, that enjoys the same thing you do. Well, there's a lot of people out there, and they'll eventually find you. And when they do, they'll start sharing your stuff and start watching you, and then you'll start gaining more views and more subscribers, and it will go from there. Let's see. Anyways, real quick, I wanted to address something real quick, and I kind of wanted to just get it out of the way real quick. But I think, I don't know how it's possible, but I think some people got me confused with Angry Cajun. So I'm going to make sure this is kind of clear with everybody who comes and watches this. Hi, Robin, upstate New York. But I want to make sure that this is clear. I am not Angry Cajun. I have never been a private detective in my entire life. I've never said anything bad about James the Fam. I don't watch his videos, therefore I don't have an opinion on him. And I've never been a bounty hunter. I've never claimed to be a cop. I've never, you know, I don't claim to be a professional paranormal investigator. So therefore, I am not Angry Cajun. Try not to get the two mixed up. For anybody that's going to be watching this video, please do not get the two mixed up. Okay? I had someone literally go off on me. And as soon as they said that I was claiming to be a private detective and I said a bunch of things about James, I knew right then and there that they had the wrong person. And so I told them, straight up that I'm not Angry Cajun. You got the wrong person. You might need to find your facts out first. And they deleted the comment and apologized, and that was it. But I just want to make sure it's clear with a lot of other people, because some people are getting it mixed up. I don't want you guys to get it mixed up. I'm not going to say anything bad about Angry Cajun. Actually, I was looking for one particular person tonight that popped in the show, but they haven't popped in yet that I see. So unless Pia, you still here? Are you here, Pia? If you're here, comment. Let me know, okay? Thank you, Renee. I appreciate that a little bit. Thank you. You're a kind soul. He is just a crazy. Yeah, he is. He's out there, you know. I mean, he believes what he believes, and that's fine. But I think being a hypocrite and stuff like that is not good for anybody. So, and it doesn't do the paranormal any good. Cindy Scott, yeah, like they actually found 50K. Yeah, exactly. And Renee wasn't saying she believed that they found 50K. I understood her question right off the bat. She was basically just saying that, you know, she's tired of watching these videos from people that she likes who are faking it. Yes, Renee, he is really, really rude. Robin, you are in no way close to being like him. Your followers know who you are. Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, a lot of people who are coming here, they know who I am. They, you know, they've seen a few videos and they know that I'm pretty blunt, but I'm not rude blunt, you know. I'm gonna give my opinion, but it's just gonna be my opinion. I'm not telling anybody to agree with me. I'm not telling anybody to go out and hate on anybody else. I'm not doing that. The one thing I didn't like about Angry Cajun was when he was talking about how to murder somebody. That's the one thing I didn't like. That's the one thing that turned me off about that guy, other than the, you know, hypocrisy of it. But it doesn't look like P is here, so and yes, Renee, you're right. You can have opinions without being a jerk with it. Yes, you can. You very much can. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. So, has anybody seen Rick DeBunks just posted up a video today? I think it's still up. Yeah, I don't like the Cajun guy either a little bit. But has anybody seen the new Netflix series? I can't remember what it's called, Supernatural Death or something like that. Surviving Death. That's what it's called, Surviving Death. Has anybody seen it? Let's see. Patricia, I need your help. Have had heartbreaking loss in my life. Lost my oldest brother and youngest brother. I am so sorry. Months apart, and my mother the 16th of December. Wow, I am so sorry. You want to talk to them again so bad. Patricia, the one thing I could tell you is you're going to want to talk to them, and there's going to be a lot of people out there that's going to want you to believe that they could communicate with them. You need to be careful with that, okay? Whatever you do not pay people money, okay? Don't pay people money. You're not going to you're not going to get the true results that you really want. A lot of people out there are frauds, and that's why I brought up Surviving Death tonight. When it comes to Surviving Death, you know, there was talks about booking 1961. I saw Rick's video, but not the Netflix show. You know, I watched some of the Netflix show last night. But when it comes to mediums, it's one of the reasons why we do not use mediums in our society when we go out and investigate. I'm not saying mediums are not real. I'm not saying that. And I haven't seen all of Rick DeBunk's video yet, but I do believe that there is some people out there that are sensitive and that have that capability. But there is so many frauds out there nowadays that the one thing I tell everybody is if they are charging you money, most likely they are frauds. Okay. People who really truly want to help people who really truly want to help people who are in desperate need, um, they don't usually charge people for it. So if you're getting charged, that's the first thing that should be a red flag for you is that, okay, this might be a fraud. Okay. So with with that, there is people out there that are legit, and but to test them, like say you find out about them, you go there, you kind of learn a little bit more about them, and they want to do a reading on you right away. A lot of times, as long as they're not charging you, then what does it hurt? And if they get something on you, that's a good way to test them. But if they're immediately going after you for money, okay, well, you got to pay me this, and just don't do it. Don't do it. There's a lot of frauds out there, and I can promise you that 9 times out of 10, a medium who is claiming to be clairvoyant is most likely fraudulent if they're going to be coming after you for money. So, Judy says, thank you for your honesty. Like your videos. Just wanted to say hi from New Jersey. Hi, New Jersey. Hi, Judy. Little bit. Patricia, he is right. Just talk to them. Just lost my dad. I just talk to him when I'm alone. It helps the grief. And you know what? A little bit, you're right. I lost my dad in 2018 unexpectedly, and he lived with me. And we thought this was just going to be a routine trip to the hospital. And we thought it was just going to be a quick trip to where he would be back that night. I didn't even go down and see him. And when he didn't come back that night, then I had contacted the hospital the next day. I found out he was being transferred over to a physical rehab facility. And usually when he got transferred over there, it would be, a couple weeks before he gets home. And I'm usually just kind of let him be and let him get kind of settled in. And it turned out it ended up being a mess. He ended up getting sent back immediately to the hospital, and they tried to contact me, but they didn't have a new number, and they knew something was wrong with them. The hospital sent him out again. The rehab facility sent him back again for the second time. And then after the third time being sent back, the hospital kept him, and my ex-wife ended up calling me and telling me that I needed to go down there, that it was serious, and he died the next day. I talk to my dad all the time. There's not a day that goes by that I do not wake up and say, good morning, Dad. I love you. I miss you. And talk to him. You might not hear them say anything back, but trust me, if they're around you, you will know. You will see the signs, and you don't need any medium or clairvoyant to tell you lies to make you feel good. Okay. You could just, when they're around you, you will know. You will see the signs. And I truly believe that. So other people have different opinions. Other people mourn different ways. The only thing I can say is just please do not pay anybody money. Okay? They are ripping you off. Teresa says, well, I just wanted to come in and say hi, but going to lay in bed with the covers. Good night and enjoy the weekend. Good night, Teresa. Thank you for stopping by. Glenn says, I do that to my dad. Exactly. My brother, when my brother was shot and killed in 1994 in a drive-by shooting, I still talk to my brother to this day. Every day I talk to my brother. I say something to him. If I do something stupid, sometimes I'll say, Tony, I bet you're getting a kick out of that one, aren't you? Just something that relates to him and me having a good time. Or if I'm having a hard time, I might even reach out to him instead of my dad, but not one time have I ever try to reach them through audio recorders or clairvoyance or anything like that. Because when you try to reach out to something, there is no proof that it's them coming back and getting in contact with you, and you open up a door to a lot of other possibilities that could take on the persona of the person you're looking for, but it's not really them. And so I don't want to ever open up that door. So I just talk to them in my own way. Crazy says, I always talk to my mother. Yes. Bless your heart. So sorry about your brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see, Patricia. I feel like my brothers are still looking out for me. They are. I can guarantee you they are. I was only girl out of 4 brothers. They always been protective of me, and they will always be protective of you. It's just right now, it's a different type of protection. And I believe that they're protecting you from any negative spirits, any negative entities, anything like that. I believe that's what they're protecting you from. Renee says, that's right. Could be mean spirits tricking us. That's exactly right. Let's see. My mom passed away February 25th last year. I'm sorry, Robin. Tomorrow would have been her 84th birthday. Wow. I wish I could talk to her one more time. I took care of her on my own for a week, and she passed in front of me. That's hard. You know, I mean, I was with my dad when he passed, and I was kind of numb. You know, I didn't know what to think and what to feel at that particular moment when he took his last breath. But I do know the feeling, and it's a hard feeling to deal with. It really is. Crazy says, I believe in universal connection. Yep. Karen. Hi, Karen. Yes, this is true. You got to be careful. Very much so. You never want to open a door to something that is going to be a lot worse in the outcome than what you're hoping to get. If it's, if there's more downfalls to it, there's more cons to it than pros, then don't do it. But a lot of times people don't think of that. They hear like, oh, I could get a hold of, your loved one for you. And that is an instant draw. It draws that person in because they really want to know. But the truth is, it's not true. There might be people out there that can do that. But we look at it this way. We want to believe that our loved ones are in heaven and they're doing good and they're with God and they're with all of our family and friends who have passed before them. We want to believe that. Why would we want to think that they're stuck here? And it's a sad feeling. And it's one thing that always got me about investigating the paranormal. Whenever I heard of kid spirits being around, it's one of those things that really hit home with me. Not only when we get a phone call that there's a family that needs help, they need us to come in and investigate, that's a priority. But when there's kids in the home, hi JB, when there's kids in the home, that becomes to the top of the list because kids are a priority. But when we also hear claims of kid spirits being in the home, that also goes to the top of the list for us, because I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that kids are stuck here, So, and everybody has their own belief when it comes to kids. Some people think that there is no kid spirits here, that it's all demons portraying to be kids. And I don't necessarily believe that to be the case all the time. So, Trisha, sorry for your loss also. Thanks for all the kind words. It is already helping me after a very, very bad day. You are all so great. Feels close to all y'all already. That's what we're here for. Everybody here is, here to help everybody else. Everybody's got their own opinion, but people need to start realizing that just because you have an opinion that might be different from somebody else, it does not mean that we cannot get along. I hate it when people say that, oh yeah, you don't believe what I believe, so I don't want to affiliate with you. that's just completely ridiculous. You know, if the world stopped thinking that way, this world would be a better place. Glenn says, I always cleanse my house if I've had strange dealings. Yeah, a lot of people do. I think that it's a good idea to cleanse your house on a regular basis. I don't do it to my house because with me being a paranormal investigator, I like to figure out things. And if there's things that's happening in my house, it gives me a chance to kind of experiment with some more things where I could find logical explanations. I'm going to be putting out a video coming soon of basically showing everybody on what to look for when you're investigating and you're trying to figure out if you got an EVP or not. I'm going to show some examples of false EVPs, and one even got me. I thought it was a legit EVP, but when I looked at other cameras and listened to other cameras and audio, and I matched up the time and everything, I realized it wasn't an EVP at all. It actually was something completely different than what I thought it would have been. So I will be putting out a video coming soon, hopefully this week on that. So Robin says, a little bit, take care. I remember Sylvia Brown back in the day saying loved ones need a 7-year rest before you will hear from them. There has been a lot of negativity about Sylvia. What do I think about her? You know, back in the day, Robin, I enjoyed watching Sylvia. She was just one of those women that were just, she was enjoyable to watch. She was fun. She was blunt. But I will say that just like human beings who are not, clairvoyant, who are not telepathic, just like them, they make mistakes. We all make mistakes, and I think Sylvia Brown made mistakes. And do I believe that she was had abilities like that? I believe to some extent, yeah, but I don't know how far her abilities went, because when you look at some of the things that are going on today that she called out and predicted, it makes you think that she was 100% legit. Now, if she was 100% legit, then she just made some mistakes over the years, and everybody is entitled to making mistakes. Okay. Unless you're faking paranormal activity. If you're faking your own evidence just to get views and stuff, that's not a mistake. That's intentional acts, and there's no mistake behind that. And I don't condone it. So, but I do like Sylvia Brown. I enjoyed watching her. Susan says, spirits are everywhere. My thoughts and prayers are with you all. Everyone should just be respectful. I get lots of messages. Never search for it. There you go. There you go. Don't search for it. It will come to you when the time comes. When my brother died, here, let me tell you this little story, Patricia. When my brother died, I was 14 years old. When he was shot and killed, I was 14 years old. I remember waking up, and I remember hearing my mom and dad crying at 5 o'clock in the morning. And my dad was an alcoholic, and he had just came home from a drinking binge, for a week drinking binge just shortly before my brother was killed. And when I walked out of my room, I saw my mom and dad crying in the kitchen, and it's 5 o'clock in the morning. All the lights were still off. And I looked to the front door, and I saw a uniformed officer, and I saw a detective in a suit standing there. And I remember walking up to him, and I remember asking them if they were going to take my dad away, because I thought that's what they were there for. I thought my mom and dad got in a fight and all that, and that's what they were there for. And my dad ended up coming up to me right after that and put his hand on my shoulder, and he said, John, I'm really sorry, but your brother Tony was killed tonight. And I just kind of swatted his hand away, and I walked away, and I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to believe. Shortly after that, I didn't mourn for like 2 weeks. And when I finally mourned, when I finally let it all out, I was in his room. And I remember even at his funeral, I didn't cry. But when I was in his room one day, we had a bunch of family over, and I was in his room one day and I just lost it. And that night, I ended up having a dream, and my brother was standing in his doorway, and I looked at him and I said, Tony, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. You're dead. And he said, tell mom I'm okay and everything will be fine. And I woke up right after that. And I ended up telling my mother the dream, and we never talked about it for years. And about 15, 20 years later, I get a phone call from my mom, and she tells me that my aunt had just called her and told her about a dream that she had where she was laying in bed, and we were going through a hard time in our family at this particular time period. But my aunt had a dream that she was laying in bed and Tony was at the entrance. My brother was at the entrance of her bedroom door, and he looked at her and said the exact same thing to her that he said to me 15, 20 years prior. And she called up my mom and told her about it. And my mom had told her, my gosh, that's the same dream that John had um, many years ago. And I truly believe that it was my brother coming and it wasn't a dream. It was just him saying that, they have their way of getting a hold of us and contacting us. And dreams are one of the biggest ones. And so if you have a dream about your brothers or your mom, talking to you, telling you things are going to be all right, most likely that was their way of trying to contact you. So, always hold out hope that they will, but never go out looking for it. Okay. They'll contact you when they know that time is right. Um, yes, Renee, I was pretty young. I was, when I lost my brother, that's when I knew what death was. I had lost all my grandparents before my brother. I think I was 12 years old when my last grandparent died. And, when I lost and I didn't know what death was still at 12 years old. I still didn't know what death was. Um, it wasn't until my brother died that I realized, wow, this is what death is. Somebody who I saw every day of my life is not going to be here anymore. And, that was a little shocking for me, and I went into shock. I mourn different than most people. I don't cry for a couple weeks. My dad died in 2018. I still haven't let it all out. I still haven't really mourned his death. His ashes are sitting 5 feet from me right now, and I still have not mourned his death. Everybody mourns in their own way, and me being the investigator that I am, and I've been involved with it for a long time. What's up, South Cax? Um, I, uh, I just know one thing is I don't go looking for it. I don't go looking to contact my family. Um, I want to believe that they'll come to me in their time when I feel like I'm going through a hard time in my life. They'll come to me, and but I also want to believe that they're in heaven. They're with my other family and friends who have passed. And I've known a lot of people who have been shot and killed. And I always just think that my brother's with them and they're enjoying their time together and hanging out and partying and whatnot. So but like I said, I don't look for them. I don't try to reach out to them. And yeah, Renee, I don't use a Ouija board either. Actually, I've never used a Ouija board in my life. It's just not something. I just again, you're trying to reach out to something that really you're not going to get the response that you want to get. Thanks, John. This conversation is helping more than anything so far. Sincerely, it is, and I have Nidix. This guide bless or God bless you, and the truth you stand for. You're welcome, Patricia. You are more than welcome to email us at any time you want, okay? Backroadhauntings@gmail.com. You're more than welcome to email us anytime you want. Fam will always watch over us. You are right, Glenn. Robin. My dad passed away almost 8 years ago, and he came to me in a dream and told me I needed to find somebody to fill his shoes. A year later, I met my soulmate, and he has been by my side through everything. There you go. See, I truly believe that family comes to you in your dreams, and that's their way of communicating with you. You know, if you think about it, why would they want to come to you as a ghost? Most people look at ghost as something scary. Why? Because it's something that we don't know anything about yet. We're learning about it, but we don't know about it. Um, but the way I look at it is, why would a family member come to you as a ghost? Wouldn't they come to you in a dream so you feel more comfortable about interacting with them? If they came to you as a ghost, pardon my French, but they probably scared the shit out of you. And I wouldn't want to see my brother as a ghost. I wouldn't want to see my dad as a ghost. There might be certain things they do, that are ghostly, but I wouldn't want to see them. I like the way my brother came to me in a dream. And I truly believe that that's the way that they want to come instead of as a ghost. Now, if they're stuck there, that's a whole nother story. A lot of people, I don't believe that every spirit out there is demonic. By far, I don't believe that. So, South Cax, how you guys doing tonight? What's up, bro? You're doing very well. Love seeing a legitimate paranormal investigator being successful. Keep doing what you're doing. You got it, brother. I love you guys. If you guys do not know who the South Cax are, go check them out. They are literally a really good group of people. Go check them out. Husband, wife, or fiance. I think they're engaged or married. We'll just say they're married. They act like they're married. We'll say they're married. All right. Anyways, go check them out. They're great. They are almost to 1,000, I believe, subscribers. So, but they're really cool guys, and I really enjoy watching their live shows and stuff. They love to sit down and chat. They like to keep things legit and straightforward and peaceful and everything. So go check them out, guys. Go show them some love. Anyways, back to the surviving Susan. Oh wait, Senzaberry. I hope I'm saying that name right. Senzaberry. I wouldn't want to scare my daughter showing up as a spirit, but maybe let her know how I'll let her know I'm with her. True. Yeah. I mean, my boys are only 11 and right. Yeah, South guy said they're engaged, but we'll just say you're married, okay? We'll just say you're married. My boys are only 11 years old, but they know what I do, and one of them is very interested in what we do. But yeah, I don't think I don't think that I would ever come back and scare my kids that way. As a spirit, I wouldn't want to do that to them, or my grandkids, and so, when my dad lived here, he lived with me and my kids. And so I don't think my dad wants to come back that way and scare the crap out of them. So yeah, it's not, but maybe there might be some talk, I've never really had this talk, but I know some paranormal investigators talk about how if they ever died, how they would come back and let the other one know that they're around them and with them and everything. But Renee, just sub to South Cax. Right on, Renee. Thank you. They will definitely appreciate the support, you guys. Crazy. I have finally got all my ghost hunting equipment. I'm thinking of trying it out at our massive old cemetery up the road. What do you think? I say go for it. The one thing about cemeteries, they are not as haunted as some people believe they are. Just because they're a place full of dead bodies, do you think about it? You really think that a spirit really wants to stick around their body? I mean, they can't do nothing, right? So it's just, I don't really believe that cemeteries are as haunted as a lot of people think they are. But with that being said, it doesn't mean that they're not haunted. So the only way you're going to find out is to take your paranormal equipment and go down there and check it out. And if you've heard stories of other people saying that it's haunted, then yeah, you ain't got nothing to lose. Go down there and check it out, man. I say go for it, crazy. Let's see. Renee, South Cax, did y'all start out just using a phone? I'll let South Cax answer that. Let's see, Patricia. Whoops. I don't see my brothers, but it's like I feel their presence with me. And you will feel their presence. Like I said, they'll have their way of, you'll know when they're around you. You'll know when they're around you. Glenn, I did a lot of scary exploration stuff, videos when I was over in the States a couple of years back. It beggars belief that people don't believe. Yes. Very much so. Melissa, what equipment will you not use when investigating? Well, I don't use Ouija boards when I'm investigating. I am going to probably within the next month or so. We have a few investigations coming up that we are going to be doing. I don't know which ones I'm going to be putting out and which ones I'm not on YouTube, but Lady Rider, subscribe to South Cax. We'll binge their videos after this live show. Right on, Lady Rider. Thank you very much for showing them the support. But back to Melissa's question. I will use I'm gonna be trying out dowsing rods. Just because everybody knows I'm gonna be very blunt about it. I'm gonna tell you if they work for me. And just because I'm taking them to one place, I'm gonna take them to a few places to give them a chance. But I don't know if anybody's heard about the Oregon Vortex, the Vortex that's down here in Southern Oregon. If you haven't, go online, check them out. It's a cool place. It really is. It's got, you could actually, they take dowsing rods down there and you can see them cross and everything. But go ahead, check out the Oregon Vortex, and you'll learn about all that and what it's about. But it's a really cool place. You guys ought to check it out. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it on Travel Channel. But as for other equipment, we do not use Ouija boards. I don't like to use the necrophonics. Actually, spirit boxes altogether, I don't like to use, but we do use them just to see if we could create some type of activity, not necessarily communication through the spirit box, but just to see if all of our equipment can give enough energy out for them to manifest themselves in different ways. A few things I didn't show in our latest investigation that we just put up on YouTube was we got a couple EVPs off of doing the darkness call session, which is with the spirit box. And they were actual EVPs. They weren't from the spirit box. So I didn't put it out there because they're kind of private with what we think that they were saying. And so we didn't want to put out certain pieces of that video because it was a private residence. It wasn't like a public place. But we don't use let's see, what else do we not use? I'm trying to think of what other investigators do. Well, that's pretty much it. We don't use the teddy bear, even though I do think the teddy bear is cool. And there is something else that we are going to try, the new thing that people are using, the cat balls. We're going to be trying out those. I think those are kind of cool too. They light up. It's a great thing if you have, if you're investigating a place that's got kid spirits, this might be a great tool to use. But mainly Ouija boards, mediums, and dowsing rods, and that kind of stuff is what we don't use. But I always like to try everything. The Ouija boards, I don't, just because you're opening up a lot more. If you're in a place, if you get asked to come down and investigate a place like we do, you don't want to bring a Ouija board and have the opportunity or take a chance at bringing something else into the place where people have just asked you for help to get rid of. And so that's why we don't use Ouija boards. And not only that, I don't feel like bringing anything home with me. And a Ouija board is a good way of doing that. The one thing about Ouija boards, when you use Ouija boards, if something demonic does come through, it's usually 9 times out of 10 not going to be you that it's going to attach itself to. It will be the youngest, most vulnerable person in that house. Whether that's a child or a sick person or whatever the case may be, 9 times out of 10 it's a child. But so just that's why we don't use Ouija boards. So Renee said, I just have my smartphone. I don't even know how to edit. Laughing out loud. So when I post, gonna be raw vids. Hey, that's fine. Raw vids are fine. I mean, at least everybody knows that you're straight legit. You know, what you get is what you get. What you get is what they see. That's the way it should be. I'm not trying to make rhymes here. I'm not a rapper. Okay. I'm just saying that I think that's perfectly fine when it comes to it. You'll learn how to edit as time goes on. Okay. You'll learn how to edit. Man, oh my gosh, I have missed all these comments and I don't even know how. I'm trying to keep up with the comments, guys. So, let's see here. Absolutely right. Susan says, absolutely right. I lost my brother, aka my fishing partner, father, grandparents, family, and friends. To mourn is a solo journey. Nobody can tell you what is right for us to do. It happens when it's right. I absolutely agree with that. That's a perfect way of putting it. Let's see. Crazy says, I got some cat balls. My cats love them too. I won't touch the Ouija board. Don't trust them. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot about these cat balls. I've seen them, I've seen them used. But I haven't used them yet, but I've seen them used. I've got them. I just haven't used them on an investigation yet. But they are very cool, they don't light up unless you actually touch them. So to use that as a tool to interact with something in the afterlife, I think I think it's great. So South Cax says that they've never used Ouija boards, and I'm pretty sure it's close to the same reason, if not the same reason as mine. It's just too many chances to take. And when you have kids at home, that's one thing you got to be very careful of. When you go out and investigate and you have kids at home, and I know the South Cax, they got kids. When you go out and investigate, you really do not want to do extra things to increase any chance of something getting attached to you and you bringing it back to your family. For over 20 years, I've been very careful on bringing anything back, and I've done really good at I don't believe anything's ever been attached to me. So I want to keep that going. The Shape is in the house. Hi, guys. Hope all is well with you. What's up, Shape? Susan says, good and bad peeps in the world. Focus on the love and the good. Definitely. Renee says, the only paranormal tool you have is the Necrophonics app. Okay, Renee, let me explain the Necrophonics app to you real quick. The Necrophonics app is a pre-recorded. You can use it without any radio frequencies. You can use it without any internet or without any network, okay? That right there is the first sign that it is all pre-recorded, put into a word bank, and words are just spit out randomly, okay? Is it do you get responses? Of course, some things might sound like a coincidence, but any type of word banks like that, I just don't like to use. But you could use it to create some type of energy for other things to happen. But just responses you get from the spirit box, be very cautious on believing much of it, okay? I'm not trying to put down necrophonics or anything. Nah, screw it. Yeah, I am. I'm trying to put them down. It's a word bank. That's all it is, okay? I'm going to be blunt with you. It's a word bank. So, Renee, I have 2 grown sons, 24 and 20. Let's see. I missed a comment up here and I'm trying to find. Let's see. Sensiberry says, I've had an eerie experiences using homemade Ouija boards. It doesn't have to be a store bought one. No, it doesn't. I do have a Ouija board. I just never used it. Actually, I got the board in a picture frame on the wall. That's where I got my Ouija board. The planchette, I don't have it out for anybody. My two sons know to never touch it. And, they also know where the holy water is in the house. And both my boys know how to use the holy water. They know what to say. I've written out the Lord's Prayer for them to say and anything else they want to say. So, yeah, the old school flashlights. Let's see. Don't care. And yeah, South Cax, like I said, I don't like using the necrophonics, but I'm not telling anybody else not to use it. If you want to use it, then use it. But yeah, it's just not for me. It's really not for me. I want to go with the more scientific approach of it, and I can't. I gotta feel like I have 100% proof that it's a spirit when I say something is haunted or something is paranormal. And if I don't have that, if I don't feel like I'm 100% positive, then I can't say it. And so, and with that app, it's just one thing that I just don't feel personally that I don't feel good about saying that it's 100% proof it's paranormal. Um, but with all spirit boxes, most of it's all just, a word bank. But let's see, Patricia, I sent you some messages, Shape, but don't think you're getting them. I sub to this great channel right here because of you suggesting it, Shape. They're great people. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Shape, for suggesting us. I got love for you, Shape. And yeah, like the Shape, he doesn't like all those apps either, and that's just him. That's one thing. I'm not telling anybody not to go out and get the Necrophonics app. I don't want people to think that. If it works for you and it's something that vibes with you and you feel like you're getting legit responses, then use it. But if it's not, then don't use it. Try something else. There's some cases now where people are claiming they're getting text messages from spirits and stuff. And if that's the case, if they're to the point where now these spirits can use our phones, then I guess anything's possible, but I haven't came across a case where a spirit can text message me, but I have seen cases where people have gotten some weird phone calls and voicemails. I have seen that happen. I'm not saying it's a spirit or anything. I'm just saying it was some crazy shit. Okay. South Cax, I understand that. It's what works for you. If it doesn't, throw it away. That's right. When in doubt, throw it out. That's the way I investigate. If I have evidence that I'm not in doubt it's paranormal, and I know for a fact that it's none of my guys or girls, and it's 100% legit, something supernatural. Well, I'm not in doubt, so I'm going to keep it. But if I am ever in doubt, I throw it out, and that's the way it is. But so yes, South Cax, you are absolutely right. And the other thing about it is, I do like watching some people use it because maybe they know something about the app that I don't. I don't ever claim to know everything about the app. Hi, Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. New subscriber. I appreciate it. Always appreciate the support. I'll watch people. I've never claimed to know everything about the paranormal. So maybe there's somebody out there that knows maybe tricks to it that I don't know. But I just know it hasn't worked for me. So I don't use it that often. And I know some people it has worked. So if it does work for you, then sweet, go with it. Renee, what would you suggest to use? That way I know what to save up for. Listen, the best evidence that you could ever get to show proof or feel validity of spirits being there and you capturing paranormal activity is EVPs and visual evidence. So, use your phone. I mean, use your phone. You could even download voice recorders on your phone, and that will work just as well. Um, but yeah, use your phone for any. I mean, if you have a smartphone, it most likely got a good camera on it because most smartphones nowadays have good cameras. But yeah, use your phone, and you could download free voice recording apps. You could use that too. When your phone's recording, your phone will also pick up certain EVPs. If you guys have seen one of my latest videos that I just posted up of the house that breathes, the EVP of like what, you could hear the EVP from two different audio sources. So two different devices caught that. Well, one of the devices, the first device that caught that was not a camera. It was not a phone. It was just a laptop that caught that. And it's because I had the SLS hooked up to my laptop, and it was a laptop that caught that. So you could use different things to capture different things, but EVPs and video evidence is what I always shoot for, to have 100% confidence that it's paranormal. So if I were you and you were going to save up for it, I would save up something for a voice recorder, or a camcorder, something maybe with night vision. But you could always use your phone. Your phone would work perfectly for any type of ghost hunting. All right. I know some people who go out and ghost hunt just with their phone. So I got all the equipment. I got, eight camera DVR system. I got four or five other cameras, mini audio recorders, EMF detectors, flashlights, lasers. I got all that stuff because I've been doing this a long time, so I've accumulated stuff over time. And I'm actually looking at getting new camera right now. So there's always something out there that I know that I could use. So trying to catch sins of various response. The irony is trying to catch physical scientific evidence of something that has yet to be proven. I don't know how I read that wrong. Yeah, that has yet to be proven beyond reasonable doubt, and may not be of a physical science, something that is not understood yet. Well, that's what we're all out here doing. I mean, that's why I always say that. Um, that's why I always say that no one knows everything about the paranormal. I don't like it when I hear someone says, "Oh yeah, I know everything about their paranormal. I'm a professional." No, you're not. No, you're not. There's no such thing as a professional. Nobody knows everything about. If anybody knew everything about the paranormal, we wouldn't be out there searching for answers. We would already know the answers. So nobody knows everything about the paranormal. Amanda says, I use only my phone when I'm out. Exactly. You don't need any expensive camera equipment. You don't need EMF detectors. You don't need all that. If you want to just go out and explore, your phone would work just fine. Let's see. Nate says, so just recording on my phone could pick up something that I don't hear while recording then. Yes. It very much can. So yes. Yeah. You, like I said, you could record voice recording apps on it. You could and those apps, they do just fine. They're recording what they hear, and electronic devices can hear better than our own ears can. So Patricia Robinson, can a person be sensitive or draw spirits to them? Yes, very much so. People without even knowing about it, some people have the ability of drawing spirits to them, and because they have certain capabilities that they don't even know about. Jetsta, I think that's how, is that how, good to hear. Blessings to you, Patricia. Shape says, Glenn Pierce, I thought so. I got an okay memory. Laughing out loud. You get an okay. Hey, Louie, how's it going, brother? I'm on slow connection. We'll watch it later. Sorry, I missed live stream. Don't worry about it, brother. Don't worry about it. Catch it later, man. Whoa. All my comments just jumped the whole page. I got to go back. I hate missing comments. I'm trying to keep up here. Here, let's see. Patricia, same with me. Been feeling so discouraged. Then I tune in here and I feel so much better. Thank you, Renee. I'm glad that you feel better after coming here to the live show. I just look at, if anybody's in here, I want everyone to know one thing. Just because people have different opinions does not mean you can't get along with anybody else. Okay? I have different opinions than other paranormal investigators, and I get along with them just fine. I think a lot of people forget that when it comes to the paranormal, and a lot of people have forgotten it lately in this field on this platform. So let's just start remembering. Let's just start remembering that just because you have a different opinion than somebody else doesn't mean they need to be your enemy. Let's see. Renee says, not trying to be a hater, but Angry Cajun just pisses me off. Angry Cajun pisses off a lot of people. I actually found out, and she might watch this, but I'll be talking to her soon. But there used to be someone, hey, Shape, do you remember Pia that comes in here? That comes on these live streams, on our live streams here? It's either Pia or Pia. It's P-I-A. Patricia says, so glad, Renee, you will be. Oh, okay. So, Shape. Okay, hold on. So glad, Renee, you will be in my thoughts and prayers. You are going to do great in your adventure with your videos. Yes, you will. And the Shape says, yes, you remember Pia. Pia comes here. She's not here today. And Amanda, yes, that's what I was just getting ready to say. I just found out that Pia is actually one of Angry Cajun's mods, one of their moderators. So I don't know if Angry Cajun is sending her here or what, but I will say that I don't like trolls, and I'll stop them before it gets out of hand. So, Pia, if you see this, contact me. I don't have anything against you. What I have anything against is anybody taking what I say here over to Angry Cajun just to stir up stuff. I don't like that. So, but I can't stop anybody from watching these live shows. I can't stop anybody from watching my videos. I just want everybody to respect everybody. If I don't like somebody, it's my live show. I'll make a statement. If I don't like them, Angry Cajun, I don't like them. When you talk about murdering somebody, I don't really have any respect for you. So it's as simple as that. Live and let live. That's right, crazy. That's right. Shape says, Renee, if you need my help on your channel, just holler. Shape, right on, dude. Renee, take him up on it, man. He's good. He could definitely help you out. Robin says, Cajun started off pretty good, but he got really hateful to his followers. That was one of my things when I saw he did a live show right after the whole thing with Patty coming on. He did a live show, and one of his supporters got on there and said, hey, I can't believe you sold out. And I mean, he treated the dude like he was a piece of shit for having an opinion. And that's just not how you treat your supporters. Like I said, just because you have different opinions doesn't mean you have to hate on everybody. Cincinnati, to be honest, Cajun hasn't really fueled the drama lately, despite people doing parodies of him. Well, you're right. He's trying to take the higher road. He deleted the video. He wants to try to do 2021 better. And if that's what he wants to do, that's fine. It's no secret about the video I did, and there's no secret on what he thinks of me and what I think of him. So I find it really weird that one of his mods would try to come to this live show and watch this live show. I mean, always being one of the first ones on. They didn't show up today for some reason. I don't know why, but always being the first ones on my live shows and always have an opinion out there. I don't know. I kind of find that a little bit weird, but apparently he's trying to take the higher road. And if he is, great, more power to him. I hope he does good. I really wish nobody harm, nobody, any, ill doing or anything like that. I just want everybody to be happy and good. We all might disagree on certain things, but Amanda says, oh, wait, the South Cax say, don't get me started on Angry Cajun. I already heard you guys give your opinion about Angry Cajun. You guys kind of on the same page with me. Amanda says, the thing that got me with him claiming he's an expert, no such thing, and he says everything and everyone is fake because he doesn't believe. There you go. There is no such thing as a professional paranormal investigator. Yes, there is parapsychology. No, that is not a your average paranormal investigator. Parapsychology is about investigating the paranormal with the method of clairvoyant and telepath. That is what parapsychology is. It is not about teaching you how to go take a scientific approach without any mediums, clairvoyance, or whatever, without any of that. Okay, so there is no such thing. Amanda, you're right. There is no such thing as a professional paranormal investigator. There might be experienced. There might be, experience is the only, I don't even like the word expert. There you go, Shape. Here's what I do. If I don't like the channel, I just unsub and move on. I don't give them one thing he needs. The views. That's views. Let's see. Jet says, I suspect that Cajun will move in whatever direction he feels will grow his channel. He's playing it low key at the moment, but his ambition will be to eventually profit from his channel, merch, etc. And you're right, and if he does, and he does it with love instead of the hate, then that's fine. If he could do it without talking about how to kill somebody, then I'll support him doing it. Parapsychology is taught through university degree courses. Exactly, Glenn. Exactly. Lee Hughes. Hello, glad to see you on. I'm not really sure what that means, but hey, nice to see you too. Glad to see you back on. Okay. Yes, it is actually good to be back, man. I took some time off. I had to. The paranormal on this platform was just getting out of hand. And then when I decided to actually stay and I made the video of why we stepped away from the paranormal, then everything else came out about, all these other channels and the bullying and everything. And the bullying hit me it hit me hard because, my kids were bullied just 2 years ago when they were 9 years old. And I swear, if somebody says, "Oh, what, do you have twins?" No, I had 2 kids with 2 different women that were born at the same exact time. Of course I got twins. Don't ask me questions like that, okay? Yes, I have twins. But they were bullied just a couple years ago, and it was bad. I heard my kids say things that I never ever wanted to hear any child say. And so I take bullying very very seriously, and I just yeah. There we go, South Cax. That's the word I was looking for. Seasoned. Yes. You may be experienced and you may be seasoned. That's the word right there. But no professional. No. The Vatican crap that he claims is what's funny. Yes. Yes. Thousands of pieces of evidence has been sent to the Vatican. And they don't even acknowledge me. Lee Hughes. Let's see. I'm so glad to have finally found an honest channel and really enjoy seeing honesty, not scamming. Thank you. I truly appreciate it, you guys. I really do. Just because I don't believe everything I see, trying to get to it. Just because I don't believe everything I see on vids doesn't mean I'm going to throw out ugliness. I watch a few of the Florida people. I enjoy them. Hey, look, I admit, I watch Omar. Why do I watch Omar? Because he's entertaining. Omar's good. He's good at video editing. He's good at making an entertaining video, and I enjoy that. I watched Nightmare on Elm Street in the 80s growing up. I loved it. It was one of my favorite shows. Maybe that's what's wrong with me right now, but I watched that growing up. I knew it was fake, but I still watched it. You know, it doesn't matter if somebody's fake or not. What I've always wanted someone to do was just to put on their description that they're doing it for entertainment purposes. And a lot of these big YouTubers are starting to do that now. And that's all I've ever asked. And I think that's what a lot of other people have asked. But with that being said, I still enjoy watching them. You know, I enjoy watching Omar. He's very good at editing. So, you know, I don't really see why anybody's got to bash anybody. I mean, I had some people unsubscribe from me because they said that I was sticking up for fakes. Listen, I want to make sure it's clear. All I've asked anybody to ever do is just to put in their description that it's for entertainment. That's it. Okay? If they fake it, they fake it. All right? But I just wanted them to put it in the description that it's for entertainment purposes. And a lot of these big YouTubers are doing that now. And I cannot bash anybody who does that. That's like going out and bashing, you know, the actor or the movies It and you know, Jason or Friday the 13th or Halloween, whatever. You know, you don't want to go out there and bash them. They're good. They're entertaining. And that's why I watch Omar. He's very entertaining. Renee, it's refreshing to see actual truth as well. At least I know where to go to get honesty and truth, such as you all. Thank you. There's a lot of folks here right now in the chat. South Cax, you know, the shape. We're all just straightforward. Amanda, the shape thinks, yes, it is, but I've taught them how to take the higher road. I'm guessing kids. And the South Cax says he's very entertaining. Yes, he is. He's very entertaining. And the South Cax. Oh, wrong one. Says the shape. I must apologize. I didn't understand what your purpose was, but I get you, bro. And at least you do your homework. Yes. It's one of the reasons why I had the respect for the shape. You know, I mean, the shape, he might be hated by a lot of people because, you know, he debunks, but he's not biased. And even if he makes a mistake, I've seen the shape come out and admit when he's wrong. And so that's why I have a lot of respect for the shape. Let's see. I missed Brown. Oh, Browen. Is it Browen? Browen Posson? Hey there, just found your channel and really enjoying the content so far. Keep on doing your thing. Love and peace to all. Thank you, sweetie. Love and peace to you guys too. Judy says, I got my paranormal license when I was very little from the sidewalk quarter machine on the sidewalk besides Rose's 5 and Dime store. I got mine in the Cracker Box. Is that what it is? What were the Cracker Jack box? Is that what it is? Cracker Jacks, yeah. Yep. Actually, in the 80s, I got them from the little candy cigarette packs. Jet, night folks, been nice spending time on this stream with you all. It's after 4 a.m. here in Scotland. Wishing you all well. That's good night. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. That's good night in Scots. Good night, Jet. Thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate it, man. Especially 4 a.m. in the morning over there, man. I appreciate it. Renee. South Cax, where are you all from? Renee wants to know where you all from. The shape talking about Robin says, let's see. Robin says Cajun removed his video interview with Patty. He said there was too much hate. Huh? I wonder where that hate came from. The shape says something. I was just thinking that too. Too much hate, or because he was biased and he knows it. He was biased. He knows it. He knows it. And he knows that everybody else knows why he did the interview with her. Amanda says, yes, the candy cigarette packs were hot. 80s kids. I used to love them. And yes, I did pretend like I was smoking back then. And I used to smoke up until a couple of weeks ago. But here in Oregon, they jacked the prices of packs of cigarettes up to like $8 and something, or $9 a pack, and I quit. Now I vape. So all right. Judy's from Pennsylvania or North Carolina. Lee Hughes is from Pennsylvania. South Cax are from Carolina. Yeah, South Carolina. Amanda says, no, I think he removed it because he realized he had made a comment about how to murder someone. That very well possibly could be. That really could be the reason why he removed it. He knows that it could have came back and bit him in the ass. It really could have. You know, he talks about how supposedly this note had got there and it was threatening him, and it had, you know, give me a kiss at the bottom, and he accused Omar and all that bull, you know, whatever. He knows that was all. He can turn around and say stupid crap like that, and then turn around and talk about how to, you know, kill someone, you know, invite them in your home and then just shoot them. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, hey, Kelly. Hi from Gilbert, Arizona. Love, 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 y'all. Crazy. I got upset when Omar, the G team, started hanging shit on each other. It was horrible to see. It really was. You know, I might have taken all these YouTubers' side because of the bullying, and the only reason why I did is because they were the only ones that showed proof. You know, all Patty kept saying was, "I got proof. I got proof. I got proof. I got all these screenshots," but not one was shown by her. Not one. At that point, I gotta lean to the people who have some type of proof, and I'm against bullying of all kinds. That's why I have the number at the beginning of the video. You know, anybody gets to that point that my kids got to, then just know that there's other people out there that's willing to talk to you. You're not alone, and so that's the reason why I lean towards their side. Heartfelt Amanda. He probably confused himself because he tried hiding his bias by saying many things so fast during the interview just to feel like he was looking good doing the interview, etc. Yeah, possibly. Yep. Patricia, I got advice, John, to do a seance, and they got mad with me when I said no. What's your advice? Let me give you a little piece of advice on the seances. Don't do them, okay? If you're doing them to reach out to your family members, don't do them. All right? It's just like doing a Ouija board, okay? I don't know if they're watching. I doubt they are, but if they do see this, I hope they don't get mad at me. But I'm not going to say their names or anything. But when I went to Wolf Creek Inn, and I got that video up on our channel too. But when I went to Wolf Creek Inn, we stayed one night, investigated throughout that night. There's only 9 rooms in this hotel. We met a couple that was staying 2 nights, and they were staying in Clark Gable's room. The first night, we didn't meet them before the first night. we stayed, we met them the next morning. And when we met them, they had invited us back to their room that second night because they were going to do a seance. And I told them no, that we don't do seances, and that we're probably just going to head back when we're done wrapping up and everything. And well, I got in touch with them a couple months later and asked them how things were going and everything. And they had told me that they just had their house exercised because they had brought something back from the hotel, that they feared they brought something back because they started having some really crazy, horrific things happening in their house. And so they contacted a Catholic priest. They had it blessed. Things got worse. And then they ended up having their home exorcised. So I would say, when it comes to seances, to reach out to your family members. No, I wouldn't. I would highly advise, let people get mad. Let them get mad. Okay. It could always end up being worse for you. All right. All right, South Cax. Take care, brother. Love you guys. What's my opinion on trigger objects? I don't know. I have I'm kind of mixed on the trigger objects. I think in some situations it can work, but I can't say if it's helpful to the spirits or if it's harmful to the spirits. I don't know if it brings up something. I don't know, but I will say that in some situations, I think it's appropriate to try to get some type of response. If you're really trying to connect or contact something, like, we get called out to investigate people's homes, and if they really feel like something's there, or if their home is a historic home or whatnot, we might bring in a trigger object to see if we could kind of get a response out of them, so we could either prove or disprove. But if we don't have anything saying that there's anything there, then bringing in a trigger object might be the right response for it. But if we already have activity, then I don't see no point in bringing in a trigger object. So I'm kind of mixed on it. I think sometimes it can be good and sometimes it can be just unnecessary. Amanda, I messed up as a teenager doing a seance in a cemetery, and I've regretted it since. Things follow me. Guy shows up in my dreams, but never see his face, etc. Never again will I dabble in that. Exactly. You could always, it's just like Ouija boards. You could always contact something that you're not meaning to. So, Ryan, can objects really be haunted in your opinion? Yeah, I do. I believe spirits can attach themselves to certain objects. That's why I don't believe cemeteries are as haunted as what people think they are. Just because the bodies are there. What do most people say when it comes to the paranormal? Spirits are usually kept in a place, or kept behind, or not in heaven because they didn't go that route because they had some unfinished business. Well, what unfinished business do they have in the cemetery? If they have unfinished business, they're probably going to be at the place where they have the unfinished business. And so, and if that might be objects, then I think that they can attach themselves to the objects. And if you want to call that a haunting, then yeah, then I guess the objects are haunted. But I do believe that objects, that spirits can attach themselves to objects. Yeah. Patricia says, thanks. I know they know I'm desperate to speak to my brothers and mama, but not to the point to do things I'm afraid. Very good thinking. Very smart. Kelly says, have you and the Shape ever met in person? No, we have not. The Shape lives in Virginia, I believe. And I live all the way in Oregon. So we are on completely opposite sides of this country. So no, I don't drive over to his house and have a beer at night. I don't know what the shape looks like. So, Amanda says, my house is insanely haunted. 3 people died in my home. Last lady passed away in master bedroom, home built in 1919, but they don't bother me. And a lot of times the spirits, I think that's what, I think just people hearing that their place is haunted kind of creeps them out in itself, but it doesn't mean that it's anything malicious or it's any, or these spirits have any ill intent. Just because they're there doesn't mean that they're going to harm you or anything. And I think a lot of people overreact when they find out that they have spirits. I try to always explain to my clients that, it's better just to learn to live with them, they're not bothering you. They're not hurting you. They're not, and they're not there all the time. It's not like they're in the shower with you while you're taking a shower, watching you, take a shower, or, if you're in the bathroom taking a crap, they're not in there watching you. I'm pretty sure they don't want to do that. So, just learn to be okay with it, let's see. I'm trying to get caught up. All right. Bookie 1961. A cemetery down the road from me is definitely haunted. Many videos have been done. That area has a bad history during slavery. It is now locked up. Too many investigations and vandalism. When I did the haunted cemetery here in Oregon, and I got that one on YouTube too. When I did that one at nighttime, if you want to investigate it, they actually have a committee that basically goes over anybody who wants to investigate it, and you have to be a team, and you have to be legit, and you have to present them a former letter. And I've done this before. I've presented them on an old society that I was a co-founder in, and I got us in there in the investigation and everything. But now there's just too many people going in at night, trespassing, vandalizing the graves. And that's one of the big reasons why I do not investigate cemeteries. I don't want teenagers to hear that, oh yeah, John's out there investigating the cemetery, it must be haunted. And then they go out there and then have no respect for any of the graves out there. I don't like that. So I don't want to do anything that other people think that I condone. So I don't really go out there and investigate cemeteries that much. That's why I went out to this cemetery during the daytime, when they were open, and they're not going to bother you when they're open. They have cameras everywhere watching you now. This is one of the biggest cemeteries here and one of the oldest. So they definitely have cameras there watching you. But hi, B Moore. Nice to have you. I was just getting ready to end this one, though. You're going to have to catch us next week, okay? Amanda says, when we first moved in, things happened and creeped me out. But as time went by, things calmed down. And I respect them and acknowledge them when they are around. That's what they want. And most of the time, Amanda, you are absolutely right. That is what they want most of the time. They just want you to know that they're there. But don't bother them, they won't bother you. It's when it comes to kids. When kids are scared, that's when things get, to me, that's when things are, they might not even be trying to scare the kids. But that's when things need to be looked into, and maybe some other possibilities need to be explored, to try to get them to move on. But most of the time, like you said, in your home, they don't bother you. You don't bother them. Maybe things kind of creeped you out at first, but you're kind of used to it now. And you realize that there's no malicious activity, I'm guessing. So, because if there was, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be fine with it. So, all right, guys, I got to run this one down. We will be back live next Saturday. If you guys enjoyed this, come back next Saturday. We will be here 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I love you guys. Thank you guys for showing up. I really do appreciate it. And to all of the new subscribers, thank you for showing your support. I really do appreciate it. I wish you guys just truly knew how much I appreciate it. But anyways, next Saturday we will be live again. Shelly might be back for that one. So we will see you guys then. Much love and respect, y'all.